Where are we? Hey, here we go. Yeah, it's Tuesday night, folks. I had to stand there and delete two videos that I made last night because there's a little mistake about error in publishing. So I thought, oh god, it fucked up, so I know or had to redo one. Not that it really makes a shit. Okay, obvious question. Why am I wearing a ski mask? Well, I'll put it this way. After seeing the absolute horrid debacle that was the Redskins game last night, yeah, you'd be wearing to hide your face too. Okay, gang, I've proven my point. So much fun, and I've proven my point. Yeah, it was a complete and total disaster. I don't even know where to begin. But obviously, to really begin, because I did this last night, or tried last night, uh, signing Donovan McNabb to a $68 million contract, $40 million of which is guaranteed. And now they're saying that even that $40 million may not be properly, maybe may not be a proper number. But starting with that, you would have thought everybody would have come out gangbusters. No. Before the game even starts, you see this thing going on the field, like near the Eagles bench. Like you're seeing everybody jumping around. Like you're doing what? Um, I try to make comparisons. It's like you kind of see this like at a college football game sometimes. I don't know. It's like take a pick. You know, Ohio State, Michigan. Uh, you know, pick a college football game. Texas, Oklahoma, whatever the case may be. You see this shit go on there, like before the game even starts. You don't do this in an NFL game. I swear I love I swear I looked at the TV as they were doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck? That should have told everybody right there. Oh no. First play of the game, here comes Michael Vick. Let's go with like an 80 some yard touchdown pass, and right then and there. How in the motherfucking hell do you give up 35 points in 15 minutes and then 9 seconds into the second quarter? How do you give up 35 points and expect to win? No, the defense, all three sides of the ball for the Redskins failed. The defense didn't show up. The offense was an obscenity. I don't believe. I wouldn't even know where to start with special teams, but the offense just no. And you had to understand the moment that McNabb threw the intercept just threw the pick six there in the third quarter, that's when the building emptied. Trust me, I've been to enough Redskins games that I know when it starts going bad, you're ready to leave in the third quarter because you figure, hey, try to beat the Metro and get home. Try to watch this on TV. No, it's far worse on TV than it was in person. I don't know. But the whole thing is put in perspective when you do the post-game show and sees them in Washington. So they did their bit, just showing all the Redskins coming into the locker room and what have you. And they pan back to the setting outside the stadium. Whole thing's put in perspective because Brian Mitchell, who used to play for both teams, he played for the Redskins and he'll go into the Hall of Fame that way. But he spent a couple of years in Philly and naturally spent time there with Donovan McNabb. Anyway, he gets on the set. They do the introductions, introduce everybody on the panel, and here's Brian Mitchell pulls out his cell phone. Sugar Hernandez is sitting next to it and just feeds in the line. It's like, B-Mitch, what are you doing with the phone, man? He said, you know what, after what I've seen tonight, I'll probably just go ahead and phone this appearance in. I had to laugh my balls off at that because you didn't need to say anything else for this post-game show. You didn't have to. That said it in a nutshell. I've been watching this 44 years now. This is my 44th year of following Redskins football, and this is the first time I honestly felt so fucking embarrassed that I had to bring this out. You know, I had this plan today. I was gonna figure out, didn't know how the hell I was gonna do this. Just come out here and I swear it would have been better if it was a burgundy and red covered one. But what the fuck? Anyway, gang, you get my point. I can't do this. You just get so disgusted, and they quit. I never in my life. I mean, I sat there enough times in the stands and watched it. Watched the Redskins quit, maybe for a game or two. You can imagine what it's like watching it on television. Second most points you ever gave up to an opponent, and really the most you've done since 1954. Worst one, if anybody can ever remember, the 1940 NFL Championship game, where the Bears basically did a bitch slap, 73-0. Y'all hear the story. This is far worse from a psychological standpoint. This is it. And the other thing at the postgame show, which is the only thing I love watching, is to read the text messaging. I've said it once upon a time. Said whoever it was that invented text messaging has never fully understood the evil and the venom that can be unleashed by sports fans. That's the only reason I even bothered watching this post-game show, is just to read the text. Just read the text messaging. Needless to say, they did not let up. I wish I could read some of them. I wish I could rattle off some of these. One of them said, well, now we can't talk like, now you can't talk about Dallas sucking. I said, well, you got me there. 4 and 12, as I started looking at 4 and 12, that one I started thinking this may not be outside the realm. As much as I hate to say it, this may be way out. This may be well within the realm. I don't know. You pretty much write off this season, and still you wonder. You want to stand there and hand 68 million, or 78 million, or whatever the case. You want to hand money to a guy that, basically is now the black Brett Favre. And I mean that in saying, take a look at Brett Favre, kids. It ain't pretty in Minnesota. It ain't been pretty for a number of years anyway, as far as that goes. But now you're seeing more or less the black version of that. I don't know. You pretty much now have to write off this season and figure next year. But, we just keep hoping. That's all you needed. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just stand here and rant. I don't even know if this thing will even see the light of day. Even if it sees the light of day and I suddenly see this bar that says error while publishing, I'll have to know this thing actually made it. What else is to do? That's it, folks. I can't say any more. If there wasn't anything else I wanted to say, I can't do this. I give up. Just flat out say, I give up. Anybody wants to stand there and bust my balls, I don't give a shit anymore. It just doesn't matter. So, and the picture freezes. Wonderful. Now I don't know what the fuck to do. The picture freezes. I give up. Oh, here we go. Now we're back. Okay, gang. So, why does this happen? Why does this happen? Because it's me. Alright, we're done. Whatever the case may be. I will catch up to you if I feel like it. If this thing makes it, if this video actually makes it, I'll consider it a minor miracle. We'll catch up to you sometime. I don't know when.